All right, you beautiful bastards. Welcome back to the deep dive.
Back again.
Today, we're going to rip the shiny sticker off this whole bestseller bullshit and see what the hell's actually underneath.
Sounds good.
You think you know what makes a book a bestseller?
I think I do.
Think it's all about, kick-ass stories and mind-blowing writing?
I thought so.
Fuck no.
Yeah.
We've got a stack of articles here that's going to blow your goddamn mind about the history of bestsellers and the whole fucked up industry behind them.
All right, bring it on.
So,
What's fascinating is that the term bestseller is basically just a marketing ploy, you know?
yeah,
A label they slap on a book to get all the sheep lining up at the cash register.
right.
It's not always a reflection of quality.
Mm-hmm.
It's often just a reflection of hype.
Okay, so let's cut the crap and rewind the clock a bit.
All right.
Apparently, the term bestseller first popped up in some dusty newspaper back in 1889.
1889.
But let's be real, people have been losing their shit over popular books since, forever.
Oh, yeah.
Remember those religious pamphlets they used to hawk? Those are like the original bestsellers.
Right.
Cheap as hell to print.
Yeah.
And spread like wildfire.
Yeah.
Think about Pilgrim's Progress, man.
Oh, yeah.
That shit was a bestseller back in the 1600s.
Huge.
And Robinson Crusoe? Global phenomenon.
Oh, yeah. People were eating that shit up.
So what about today's bestsellers? Is there some magic number that guarantees a book that shiny bestseller sticker?
No, it's a goddamn free-for-all.
What?
There's no set number, and it changes depending on what bullshit list you're looking at.
Oh, come on.
But you know which one everyone drools over?
Which one?
The New York Times list.
Why? Because those snooty bastards have the best taste in books.
Hell no. It's all about influence, man.
Yeah.
Getting on that list gives you instant bragging rights, even if your book is drier than a nun's cunt.
Okay, here's where shit gets juicy.
Uh-huh.
Tell us about the dark side of bestsellers.
Oh, yeah.
We're talking authors gaming the system, publishers jerking each other off the whole 9 yards.
Oh, yeah, it's a goddamn circus.
Spill the beans?
We've got authors buying their own books in bulk to pump up the rankings.
What?
Talk about an ego trip, right?
Jesus.
And then you got these publishers, agents, and reviewers all working together to create this illusion of literary gold.
Right.
They're basically spinning a web of bullshit to trap unsuspecting readers.
I remember reading about how the New York Times created a separate children's list just to get Harry Potter the fuck off the main chart.
Oh, yeah.
They were pissed as hell that a kid's book was outselling all the serious literature.
It just shows you the power these lists have.
Yeah.
And how desperately they try to control the narrative. The New York Times wanted to maintain this illusion that their list reflected the most sophisticated, highbrow tastes.
Right.
And Harry Potter was ruining their carefully crafted image. But let's be real, they were probably just jealous of J.K. Rowling's bank account.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
And here's a fun fact for you. Remember those coupons they used to stick in bestsellers back in the day?
Oh, yeah.
Apparently, almost none of them were ever redeemed.
Isn't that wild?
That's insane.
People were buying these books for the status,
Yeah.
not even bothering to crack them open. It makes you question what the fuck bestseller even means anymore. Is it about quality?
Yeah.
Is it about engagement? Or is it just about stroking your ego and showing off to your friends?
So we've got this fucked up system where bestseller doesn't necessarily equal a good book. What does this mean for us, the readers? Are we all just getting duped into buying a bunch of crap?
Here's the thing. We got to start questioning this whole bestseller craze.
Okay.
Are we missing out on awesome books? Hidden gems that never see the light of day because they don't have a marketing machine behind them?
Right. Yeah.
It's a goddamn sausage fest out there.
What?
Look at the bestseller lists.
Yeah.
It's the same old names, the same predictable genres, the same safe bets being churned out by the big publishing houses.
Oh.
It's like they're playing it safe, afraid to take a risk on something truly unique and groundbreaking.
So are you saying that all bestsellers are just recycled garbage?
Not necessarily. There are definitely some great books that make it to the top of the charts, but the
Right.
problem is that the bestseller label
Yeah.
gets slapped on so many mediocre books
Right?
that it loses all meaning.
It's like those restaurants
Yeah,
that claim to have the best burger in town.
exactly.
After a while, you just stop believing the hype.
You start to realize that it's all about marketing,
Right.
about creating a buzz, about manipulating people into thinking they're missing out on something special.
So what's the solution? Should we boycott bestsellers altogether and just read indie shit for the rest of our lives?
Nah, that's a bit extreme.
Okay.
But we need to be more discerning,
Yeah.
more critical. Don't just buy a book because it's on some fancy-ass list.
Right.
Or because Oprah told you to
Yeah.
read reviews. Ask for recommendations from people you trust. Think for yourself about what kind of stories you actually want to read.
So do your own research.
Exactly.
Don't be a sheep following the flock.
There are so many amazing books out there that never even sniff the bestseller list.
Really?
Independent publishers, small presses, they're putting out some seriously mind-blowing stuff.
Okay.
But they don't have the marketing budgets to compete with the big boys.
So we got to dig deeper, explore beyond the mainstream bullshit.
Absolutely. And here's another thing to think about. The whole concept of bestseller is based on sales, right?
Yeah.
But what about those books that people actually read and love, the ones that get passed down through generations?
You're talking about the books that stay with you long after you finish them.
Yeah.
The ones that make you think differently about the world.
Exactly. Those books might not sell millions of copies.
Yeah.
But they have a different kind of power.
Yeah.
They touch people's hearts and minds in a way that no marketing campaign ever could.
It's about substance over hype.
And that's what we need to focus on as readers.
Right.
Let's stop chasing after the next big thing and start looking for books that actually matter.
Books that challenge us, inspire us,
Yeah.
make us see the world in a new light.
Exactly. And you know what? Sometimes those books are hiding in plain sight.
What? Where?
They might be on the backlist of a major publisher or tucked away in a corner of your local bookstore.
So it's our responsibility to find them.
Yeah.
To unearth those hidden gems. It's like being a goddamn literary archaeologist.
And trust me, it's worth the effort.
Okay.
When you find a book that truly speaks to you, it's like discovering a whole new world.
A world that's way more interesting than the bullshit factory of bestsellers.
And that's what this whole deep dive is all about, man. Helping you navigate this crazy world of books and find the ones that are actually worth your time.
So let's wrap this up with some final thoughts. What's the big takeaway for our listeners today? What do we want them to remember?
Here's the deal. The next time you see that bestseller label, don't just blindly accept it.
Yeah.
Question it, challenge it, do your own goddamn research.
Don't let some marketing scheme dictate your reading list.
And remember, there are countless books out there that never get the recognition they deserve, so be curious. Be adventurous, and most importantly, be a discerning reader.
If you find a book that truly blows your mind, share that shit with the world.
Spread the goddamn love.
Let's start a reading revolution.
Fuck yeah.
Let's show these bestseller lists who's boss.
At the end of the day, it's not about the hype or the awards or the sales figures.
Right.
It's about the connection we make with a story, the way a book can transport us to another world and leave us forever changed.
Damn, that's deep, man. I feel like I need to go hug a tree or something after that.
Go out there, explore the vast universe of books, and discover your own hidden gems. The best stories are often the ones that don't make the headlines.
That's our deep dive into the world of bestsellers. Thanks for tuning in and keep those pages turning, you magnificent bastards.